Welcome to the Lit Chicks podcast. We are Mary Ellen Humphrey.
Hello.
Our special guest is Miranda.
Hi.
And I am Susan Landrigan. We're coming to you from the Innovation Studio at Lakeshore Center for the Arts in Westfield, New York. Today we're going to talk about children writing stories. Miranda is in the process of writing her first book.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Now, when we started, I think you came to me and said, Grandma, I want to write a book.
Yeah.
And we decided we would make it a summer project.
Mm-hmm.
And we've gotten several pages done already.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have.
So what inspired the story? How did you come up with the story?
At school, we read this book that was called Shiloh.
Yes.
And it was about a dog. It's about a dog.
A dog?
That is lost and he's abused by his owner. And so this boy, he tries to keep taking him, and he ends up taking him, but he likes the boy who's trying to take him more than he likes his owner.
Okay.
So
that inspired you
yeah.
to write your own story.
Mm-hmm.
A little louder, sweetie.
So can you tell us what your story is about?
It's about a dog that her owner sadly passed away, and these girls were walking home from school, and there was a bush. She was in a bush bleeding, and so the puppy comes running out of the bush. Jumps into
We don't want to give it all away.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it would you say it's a mystery, or is it, how would you describe it?
It's kind of like a mystery, but it's not really.
Now, your characters. Who are your characters?
No
We have a list.
Oh, smart.
Ruby, he is the main character.
Okay.
And Katie is her best friend that she found the puppy with.
Mm-hmm.
And so Lillian is Ruby's mom. And Peter is Ruby's dad. Martin's Ruby's little brother. Oliver is the Jones Jack Russell. Pepper is the dog. Mr. Oldman died. And Elizabeth is the
Receptionist
receptionist.
at the office.
Rachel is Mr. Oldman's daughter.
So, Miranda, how do you go about this? Do you sit down every day and write, or just when you feel inspired to write?
Just when I feel inspired.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of nice.
When you're at Grandma's house.
Yeah.
So this is all at Grandma's house?
Yes.
Have you told anybody, like your friends, that you're writing a book?
I told a few of my friends, but that was before we started writing.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was weird, and I just didn't want to keep saying it.
Okay.
I just didn't want to keep talking about it. So I stopped talking about it until we actually wrote the story, and then I gave them a little more details.
That's actually good. That's actually good. Sometimes I had stories that I wanted to write, and I told so many people that it kind of diluted it all, and I never wrote them. So years go by, and I'm still talking about, I'm going to write this book, but I never do. So that's a smart
So it's better to just get started and write, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you think you're going to add, like, drawings or pictures or anything?
No. We talked about my cousin and doing some drawings, but then I decided I didn't want any drawings in it.
Okay. Well, I'm eager to read the story when you get it done. You think you'll make it into a little book and have it so you can hold it in your hands and see what you did?
Yeah.
And your grandma's going to help you?
Yep, that's the plan.
That is the plan.
When we finish it. I don't know how long it's going to take.
6 pages through.
What's the best part about doing this for you? What do you like the most?
I like just sitting there and thinking of just like a story in my head,
Mm-hmm.
so then I can write it out and just remember it
Yeah.
forever, and like so that it like never really goes away, and like I can have it, and
Yeah, you could read it 20 years from
And
now.
yeah, when you're older, you can look back and say, "Look what I did."
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
excellent. I'm going to go in a little bit to the
Okay.
children's. So it's kind of a passion of mine for young people to enjoy the process of writing and creating a book. And I've done a couple of workshops. I call them student publishing workshops, and I brought the finished product of these two workshops. In both cases, there were 8 children, and they ranged from 7 to maybe 12 or 13 years old. And what we do is, over a period of however you set it up, weeks, after schools, during school, whatever, they have a period of time where they learn all about writing. So they learn about the cover and what goes on the cover. They learn about the table of contents, how to do that. And then they also learn about who your characters are in different terms. So when they're done, they design everything. They design the cover, and all of the stories are written by them, and they even do workshopping. Have you ever heard that term?
No.
Well, workshopping is what kind of you and your grandma are going to be doing. It's when you sit down after you've done a story and you go through and you kind of look at it and tweak it, and correct things and change things. And doing that together, even when you're in school, can help you have a better essay or story or whatever it is you have to turn in. So it's a really good tool to learn. So these children learn that. And when they're all done, the book is produced, and they have this book. What they love to do with these books is use them like for Christmas presents for Sally or Grandma or whatever.
Yeah.
But the most important thing about it is they leave this workshop with a different perspective about writing. It's something they enjoy. It's fun. And they don't worry about all the things that you have to learn that can be tedious and hard.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that's what you're doing as you're writing. You're feeling like it's fun, right? To write a story and see it done and feel that satisfaction of doing that. Yeah.
So we do go about probably half an hour at a time, and then
Yeah.
you think?
I remember maybe once or twice we went for an hour, but most of the time it's half an hour.
But when you get tired of it, then we put it down, right?
Because, like, if you keep writing and writing and writing, it'll get tiring, and then you're like, okay, you need...
Your brain has to rest, right? Mine does.
Think of more things.
Yeah.
Well, I think children especially are natural storytellers, right? We love to tell stories. We get together with our friends and our cousins and whatnot, and we're always telling stories, even when we don't think we are. We are.
Yeah.
So it's a natural thing that I think if you start when you're young, then you'll be more comfortable doing that as you grow up and get older. So what's your vision? Do you see yourself as a novelist?
No.
No?
I don't see myself as a novelist.
But you're enjoying it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a fun hobby?
Yeah.
So whose suggestion was it? Was it Grandma or you?
It was kind of both of us.
Okay.
I think it was your idea. You said, Grandma, I want to write a story.
Well, yeah.
Could you help me?
Yeah, I said, Grandma, I want to write a story, but you, but then you were like, but that was when I was itty bitty. But then you were this winter, I think you were like, you can write a story in the summer or something.
Yeah.
Were you inspired because your grandma writes stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never think of this if she wasn't a novelist.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I have some grandsons who were about your age when I had written a book called Normbagger, and it's about pirates and stuff. And they were so excited that Grandma wrote this book that they decided they would write a book. I don't know that they ever finished it, but they were all sitting down there. If Meme can do it, I can do it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. You could probably do it better. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's important when young folks are just starting to learn to write and read to be able to express and put on their own pages their stories as they see them.
And it is her story.
Yeah.
I give little suggestions from time to time.
Yeah.
We have one of the characters is the annoying little brother, and I one point, the story was going on, and I said, Martin hasn't done anything annoying yet. We have to make him do something annoying.
And then it like bounces back and forth between us because I'm like, Martin's not doing anything annoying. He has to be annoying. So then I made him like get up on the table and dance.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I love that part.
I like that. That's collaboration. It's really a good aspect of writing.
And sometimes we'll be writing and she says, now wait a minute, Grandma. We need to go back. I don't like the way we said this part. I want to fix it. Right?
Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, can I have your try that? And I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then you're like, wait.
She's got you down pat.
Right? So that's not what you're supposed to do. It's just a fun thing that we bounce back and forth between.
Very nice. I think it's a wonderful thing to do, especially for a grandparent to do with a grandchild. Some ideas that I've tossed around are things like when you get a little bit older, maybe doing a story about your family. So this is a case where you sit down with grandma or auntie or whoever, and you look at photo albums and you figure out who these people are, and you kind of put together a story about that. It's just kind of fun to do.
That's what I would always look at photo albums.
When you were little, yeah.
I would always like pick them off the shelf and be like, Grandma, who's this? And you would be like, my mom. Who's this? My mom. Who's this? My mom.
Now, what about technology? Do you actually type the story in on the computer?
Yeah.
You do? Wow. Is it a Word program that you're using?
What?
No, it's not. No, we're using an iPad, iPad, and just creating the story from there.
Okay. Well, I think this is a really, really nice thing that you're doing.
And sometimes I type because I'm a little faster, and sometimes she types because she knows exactly what she wants to say.
Yeah.
Excellent. So how far are you in the story?
About 6 pages.
So like maybe halfway, or we've still got a lot more to talk about in the story, right?
It's a chapter book, Grandma.
It is a chapter book.
It's a chapter book. It's not going to have 6 pages.
Right.
Chapter books normally have like 100, 200.
So we've got a ways to go.
Yeah,
still.
we got a long ways.
Okay.
Do you have the story like in your head? Do you know all the plot twists and all that stuff?
Not really. I'm just like, I'm thinking of stuff like when we're typing it, because I'm like,
so we have a term for that. You know what it is?
What?
Pantser. A pantser is somebody who sits on their pants and types just as it comes in, or writes as it comes in, as opposed to someone who outlines and has the whole story. And both are very different ways of writing a book. So good for you.
So you're a pantser.
Didn't know that, right?
Pants.
And I'm not.
Join the group.
You're like, okay, I'm going to plan this out, and then we're going to do this, and then that.
I'm a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in between.
So, happy writing.
Absolutely. We're very proud of you. Encourage you to keep on going. Maybe someday you'll be the novelist we're reading. Never know.
You never know.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending time with us today. We value your feedback, and we'll see you next week.
Happy writing.